Hello, I'm Ali Kosti, and I'm here to teach you about weighing equipment. Here, we can see a very simple weighing system. A weighing system consists of a weight sensor, which is called a load cell, and a weight display. We've connected the load cell to the weight display using a wire. When force is applied to the load cell, the weight value changes, and we can see the weight on the display. In future lessons, we'll get to know different types of load cells and displays in more detail. Today, we want to talk more about the applications of weighing equipment in industry. Well, weighing equipment has a lot of uses in industry, and now we'll go over the most important ones together. One of the most important uses of weighing equipment in industry is in weigh bridges, which we can use to weigh vehicles. Now, this vehicle could be a passenger car, or it could be a heavy vehicle like the one you see in this picture. For example, a truck. In other words, a truck. We usually use these weigh bridges to weigh vehicles, and depending on the specific size of the weigh bridge, we can use either 6 or 8 load cells. The load cells are connected together and ultimately connected to a display, where we can see the weight of the vehicle. Another important application of weighing equipment is in industry. It's in the construction of platform scales, which are commonly used in workshops or factories, and we can use this device to weigh objects. Usually, a load cell is placed under this platform, and the load cell is connected to a display. And whatever object you place on this platform, you can see its weight on the display. Of course, if the platform is large, instead of using a single load cell, we can place 4 load cells at the corners of the platform. These load cells are then connected to a summing box, which we'll discuss in more detail in future lessons, including how to configure it. Finally, the output of the summing box is connected to a display, allowing us to see the weight of any object placed on the platform scale. Another application of weighing equipment in industry, in the context of livestock scales, we can place the animal directly onto the scale, and by using these load cells, which are essential components, depending on the size of the platform, we might use 2 or even more load cells for better accuracy. We then connect them to the display, and as a result, we can clearly see the animal's weight shown on the display. Another application of weighing equipment in industry is in the area of tank weighing, where we usually use 3 or 4 load cells, depending on the size of the tank. We connect the load cells to the display, and we can see the weight of the tank on the display. And another application of weighing equipment is in conveyor systems. When we have a package moving on a conveyor, we can measure its weight. And as you can see, we use the display and a printer, where the printer is connected to the weight display. Whatever value the display shows us, we can print it out here, and in the end, we can stick this printout onto the carton, so we have the weight of each of these cartons. Another application of weighing equipment is in filling systems. Here, you can see a tank that has 4 valves. We use the load cell underneath this tank. We connected the load cell to a weight display and then connected the weight display to a PLC. And ultimately, it's the PLC that sends commands to these valves, telling them when to open and when to close. The role of this display here is that we can monitor the weight, and in addition, it has high resolution. This display means that if we wanted to connect the load cell directly to the PLC and use the load cell card here, it wouldn't give us the necessary and sufficient accuracy. Whereas when we use the weight display, because these displays have high resolution, they provide us with greater accuracy, and how we can connect a weight display to a PLC. We will definitely talk about this in future lessons as well. Well, another important application of weighing equipment in industry is counting parts using a load cell and a weight display. If we have a large number of pieces with the same weight, we can use a load cell and a weight display to determine the number of these pieces, which makes our job much easier and can be very useful in industry. Thank you very much for staying with us.